All right. I got a wonderful topic for you today, guys, for all you practicing NoFap semen retention. It is called, or the title of this video is going to be called Semen Retention, your gateway to masculinity, right? Especially in the modern age today, okay? Now, masculinity is something I've been exploring, something I've been seeking to develop, seeking to learn about, seeking to model. It's that innate desire, that innate primal instinct as a man to become a better man, to become the best man that you can be, to become all that you can be, to become the most virtuous man that you can be. Now, the exact characteristics of masculinity, some of it are universal, some of it may be unique to you, meaning you may have certain characteristics as a man that stands out more than other men, right? For example, I define masculinity or the characteristics of masculinity to be, present, grounded, strong, powerful, assertive, right? Just fierce, right? Like piercing energy, okay? That is powerful masculinity. Now, instead of talking about the essence of masculinity, I want to talk about how you can enter masculinity, right? What is the gateway to masculinity, right? How do you begin the process of becoming a man? Because I don't know about you, but I know about me, the journey of masculinity is going to be lifelong, but it's been a struggle, right? I'm sure you've had encounters, right? If you're a boy, if you're a man, if you're a teen, whatever age you're watching this, you have encountered other powerful men, other men where you feel small, or you've been in situations where you didn't speak up, you didn't say your needs, you couldn't vocalize yourself, you didn't know how to confront someone healthily, you didn't know how to stand up for yourself, and what was the result? You got walked on like a doormat, or you got taken advantage of, right? And what does that do to you inside? That makes you feel like, I'm such a little bitch, right? Guys, it happens. It happens. It happens to me. Not at the rate it used to, but it still happens to me. And what is this, right? What is this? Well, this is weakness. Face it, it is weakness. And when this happens to me, right, I don't get upset at the other person. I don't get mad at the other person. I get mad at myself, all right? I get upset at myself for not standing up, for not saying what I know I should say, and to not be a man, right? What do men do? Well, real men say what they mean what they say, and they do what they say they're gonna do, right? In our world today, men like this are rare. Men like this are a very rare commodity. They are going into scarcity mode, right? We had the age of masculine dominance, the yin and the yang, right? And that's turning into the feminine dominance, as in the feminine is rising. They are taking charge, right? You see all these Wonder Women, you see all these women being put on a pedestal, toying boys, right? Calling people simps and stuff like that, right? In an age where masculinity, real masculinity is scarce, the key to success, in my opinion, as a man or as a young man aspiring to be a old, wise, real man, I have to look into what does it mean to be a man? How do you develop masculinity? Well, the first thing that I found, the best thing that I found, the thing that allowed me to initiate my masculinity was semen retention, okay? Hands down. NoFap is one of them too. NoFap and semen retention, kind of the same thing. Not really, but kind of the same thing. That is the gateway to your masculinity. Why do I say this? Because think about this. What defines a man? What makes you a man? Basically your biology, your genitals, okay? If you cut your balls off, if you get castrated, you now turn into a squeaky boy. You have no drive. Now, this happens to me. This happens to a lot of people, right? Sometimes you lose touch with your masculinity. Your energy rises up and you're like stuck in here and you can't voice yourself. You can't speak. You can't assert yourself. But knowing how to manipulate this energy and allow it to flow and to really ground yourself in your body when you need to do it will determine how much of your masculinity do you have access to? But let me get back. Let me take some steps back, because I'm talking about some things that are kind of out there if I haven't laid the groundwork. Why do I say semen retention is the gateway to masculinity? Because your semen, your jing, your essence is the foundation. It is the core of your manhood, right? If you have no jing, you have no vitality, how do you present your masculine energy to the world? If you're always busting nuts, if you're weak, right? If you're impotent, when you go up to a girl, when you go up to a man, when you go up to anybody, they will sense your energy. And if they sense weakness, guess what? They will not respect you. Are there going to be times where you don't speak like a man, where you don't really carry yourself like a man, where you don't really assert yourself like a man, but still can be masculine? Yes, of course. And an example I would say is Mike Tyson, right? This guy doesn't sound like a man. I mean, I don't want, okay, that's mean. He doesn't have that, hey guys, macho masculinity, right? And I've always questioned that, because when I listen to my videos, some of them, I'm like, oh man, I sound kind of squeaky, you know? And I don't want to purposely deepen my voice so I can become a more masculine. Being masculine is being authentic about your masculinity. If you're not someone who's domineering, if you're not someone who is overly aggressive, don't try to behave that way, right? Act authentic to your masculinity. And being masculine doesn't mean you always have to be dominating all the time, right? You don't always have to be that loudmouth dickhead who tries to show everyone he's the strongest. No, in my experience, as I'm developing my masculinity, it's about the energy that you hold, right? A lot of times when I'm really nice, when I'm a kind guy, when customers come into the place, or when I'm with friends, sometimes I act like a kid, right? My energy is very childish, right? It's very childish because I'm playing, you know, like I'm discussing with people. I'm playful, right? But sometimes that could be picked up as weakness. That could be picked up as oh, this is a nice guy. Yeah, I'm a nice guy. So what? And people will perceive your niceness, your kindness as weakness, okay? And that's when you need to know how to activate your masculine energy. That's when you need to turn it up, right? Turn up the heat. And it's an internal valve, right? You do it internally. Through my development as an aspiring manly man or masculine man or an authentic male, through my aspiration of learning what it means to be a man and stepping into manhood, I learned that it's about being able to control your energy, your masculine energy, in response to the environment according to what is being asked of it, okay? So if I'm surrounded by friends and I'm in an environment where I don't need to be that badass, oh, you know, macho man, you know, that's not typically who I am anyways. I'm just this playful kid who likes to have fun. But if I feel that people are encroaching on my boundaries, right? Like if I'm at work, I'm being nice, and people are stepping like into my boundaries, like they're encroaching, like they're trying to toy me basically. Like it's a very subtle shift. Like some people will like ask you to do something or make a remark, or their tone will change in a way where it's like they're obviously trying to show you up. And the moment I sense that, they get met with this intense, like it just like, right? Like turning on the stove, the fire just lights up. What do I mean? It's like being provoked. The moment I sense they're trying to provoke me, they will feel this internal energy, this internal wrath that I don't express, right? Externally. I don't, you can hear it in my tone of voice. You can sense it in the way I carry and project myself, but I won't act on it unless they're really, really stepping into my boundaries, if that makes sense. So it gets turned up, it gets like ignited in me, and then instantly you can see that pullback, because it's like, okay, you don't want to mess with this guy, because it's like, have you seen those like videos of the cat or the lion where it's like the baby cat or the baby lion or the baby dog like goes up to the mom or the dad and like paws him, and then after a while the cat or the mom dad or the you know the big lion or the mom cat is like or like you know like fuck you, like stop, don't touch me, but like playfully. It's like a smacks her, right? Or like it's like a very gentle prompt. Like if you're stepping on my boundaries, if you proceed any further, you're going to experience a side that you don't want. And for me, I do my best now, instead of trying to present or portray my masculinity in a way where it's like I'm trying to be like a, more masculine than I am. I take it, I withdraw a little bit and I present, nice guy, right? I'm a nice guy. Nice guy with boundaries. That's what I'm learning. Nice guy with boundaries. But here's the thing. I got to wrap this up and tie this back into semen retention, why this is important. Because if you don't practice semen retention, if you don't do energy cultivation, just any type of energy cultivation, you will not have the energy to back you up, right? What do I mean by this? Someone crosses your boundary, someone says something to you, but because you're weak, right? You're literally energetically weak. Not just physically weak, you're energetically weak. When you're weak, people will step on you and you won't be able to push back, right? When you practice semen retention, sexual transmutation, you have gained control over your own energy, your own sexual energy. To master your own energy is one of the highest virtues, highest ideals. And I'm not just saying this because I'm doing it. I'm saying it because it's true, right? Think about what Lao Tzu said about to gain mastery over enemies. It's great. I'm going to find this quote. Give me a second, guys. I tried looking this up last time when I was making a video, and then it didn't go so long. So I'm probably just gonna post a picture of it because I don't want. But basically, it's saying like to gain control over others is good. To gain control over this is decent, and then to gain control over yourself is great. Something like that. I'll post a picture so I don't butcher it. But the essence is when you can master yourself, when you can master your own energy, then people will have to respond to your energy. And that's what I think true masculinity is. When you can assert your, not penis, but your dominance, your assertiveness, your energy into the world, and it must submit, all right? It must mold itself around you. When you have two very dominant men, very alpha, right? Alpha males. When you have very strong men into the room, the most dominant one wins. But is it dominant in the sense of whoever's louder, whoever's stronger? It can be. But what I find behind all that is the energy, right? Now, have I conquered myself in a way where when there's other strong men in the room that I can still hold my masculine frame? No, far from it. I'm going to be the first to admit, if there's other strong male in the room, sometimes I'll get intimidated, right? I'll turn into more of a beta male, Why is that the case? Because men deep down inside have an innate sense of, what's the word? Not inferiority or something, but like, what's the word? You guys know what I'm trying to say. Basic hierarchy, there you go. Men inherently have a sense, humans in general have a sense of hierarchy. You can sense, you can tell when a man has done more work than you. When a man is more developed as a man, when a man has achieved more, when a man has done more, it's, in my opinion, it's fine to feel a bit small, to feel intimidated by their masculine energy, right? If I met some of my mentors like Paul Chek or Elliot Hulse or people that I look up to, I'm going to be more submissive, right? I'm going to turn more into a female. I'm going to turn more into a beta male or a bitch because their masculine energy is so developed, so strong that your masculine energy, your undeveloped, your kid energy looks up to it as like a father figure, right? Right? You bow down to their presence. And I've talked to Elliot Hulse about this. It's not necessarily to say that you're a little bitch. It just means you respect what they've done. You respect what they've achieved. And as an aspiring male to become one like that, I want to be like that. Do I want to use that position to dominate other men? No. I want to be respected as one of those males so that I can teach people, lift them up, right? Show them the way of men, because to be a powerful man that has respect, that has true power, does not mean you subjugate and you try to dominate every man within your circle. No. How can you lift them up? How can you share with them, right? And set boundaries? Because if you teach them how to be a male, and now you have two strong males trying to dominate and fight each other, now you have like a shit show, because now it's egoic, right? So there has to be boundaries. And being a strong male, the way they assert dominance is to set those boundaries and to let them know that they don't respect that. Because as you grow as a man, your space increases. Your energetic presence increases. You have more power. You have more leverage. And in some instances, some men will want to challenge that, right? That's why you see like lions fighting and stuff. Some other men who feel intimidated or are alpha, right? Or alpha too, our innate desire, innate primal instinct is to challenge another male, either through fighting, through verbal fighting or mental fighting, to show who's the better man. This is perfectly normal, perfectly fine. And the one who wins the argument, wins the fight, whatever, now has to submit to the other one that he is the better male, right? But this goes way out there. I want to do my best to step beyond competition. This is hard, but the way I'm doing it, the way semen retention has allowed me to do it, I believe, has allowed me to step into a different game of masculinity. Now, it's not always easy, guys. I still have my moments where I choke up, where I act more feminine, right? I feel like from a very young age, I was probably a girl in my previous lifetime, honestly. Like, I don't know. It just feels that way. I was more feminine. I'm a water element or something. I'm a Scorpio. So I'm very in touch with my emotions. And I always knew that I had a very underdeveloped masculine side. So this whole time, from a young age to as I grew up, I always tried to learn from other men, what does it mean to be a male? But more importantly, what does it mean to be an authentic man? An authentic male that is true to your characteristics as a male. What is true to your own unique energetic signature. And what's unique to you is not going to be unique to other people. And the way to unlock your masculinity, the gateway to your masculinity, is to have more energy as a male. And how do you do that? By reclaiming your masculine essence, which is your sperm, your semen. And that is why semen retention is the gateway to masculinity. All right, that was a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some insight out of it. I will be posting more soon. I haven't been posting a lot because I've been getting into crypto, making some of that cash money. A lot of bullshit going on with the whole COVID situation. I've been looking into conspiracy, posting conspiracy on my Instagram and social media. Guys, if we're not on the same page, you're not going to like what you see on my Instagram, so don't follow me if you're not into that stuff. But yeah, I was just trying to spread the truth and wake people up. But you know, I got to get back on my own path, and I got to show people, show the men or the boys aspiring to be men, or the men that are still boys, how to become a man. Because this is gonna be a journey that we join together, right? We need strong men to lead us, and right now I'm not there yet. But I'm going to still make educational videos on how to be a man as I become a man. So you guys have a good one. It's Kevin. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Drop some comments down below if you have questions. And subscribe to the channel if you like my stuff. All right? Peace.